Hello, everyone. I'm Kathy Forrest, founder of Celestial Forest Institute. And as many of you that are paying attention know, we're getting ready to start a new Priestess Circle. And I feel like this one is a pretty auspicious one. We're starting on July 22nd, 2022, which is Mary Magdalene's feast day. And so in this year of 2022, I thought it might be fun to interview some of the women that have gone through the process before, so you can kind of get a feel of what it's like and what it's been like for other people and see if it's something you might want to do. And so today, it is my great delight to be here with my friend and colleague, Juli Lynch. Welcome, Juli.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So Juli, I'm just going to let you tell everyone, just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live, what you do, how long you've been in Priestess, anything you want.
Okay, well, I live in northern Wisconsin, a little town called Hayward, and I live in Paradise, of course, on an 80-acre horse farm that is my own. I'm a psychologist, and in my 3D world, I'm actually an executive coach, working mostly with women executives, but in my passion work, I also am an equine facilitated life coach. So I work with my horses here on the farm with individuals, in that development of personal and professional and healing sessions. And, interestingly enough, in my work with the Priestess circles, I have really seen that 3D world of executive women in particular start to cross into that more of that mystical, magical world of working with the horses as healers. And so that has been something that's really developed because of my time in the Priestess circles.
Wow, that's cool. So you went through first year Priestess and now you're in High Priestess. Tell me a little bit about your experience of either or both of those classes.
Yeah, I came into the first level of the Priestess circle right smack dab in the middle of COVID, and I had watched, I had watched your Womb Summit 1, okay, and was introduced to you through that process. And I just remember watching each and every interview you did with just enthralled. And I was like, I don't know who this woman, Kathy Forrest, is, but I have to work with her. So, I went, searched you out, found the Forrest Institute, and I think immediately signed up to be in that first Priestess circle. And, once that was complete, I knew I needed to continue on because it had been so powerful for me and honestly, life-changing.
Yeah. So on that note, can you think of an experience? I know there've probably been several. What has been maybe the most dramatic or a dramatic change or experience that you've had while you were in Priestess?
Whew, do you have a couple hours? I think the most dramatic one for me was literally the marriage of my feminine and masculine self. And again, as you've taught us, feminine doesn't mean female, masculine doesn't mean male, but it's those energies. And the realization that I have spent almost my entire life really siphoning off of my masculine energies, living in my masculine energies, and that my, that feminine part of me was exhausted because she was fueling all of that action, activity, go, go, go. I'm intense, I'm a doer, I'm a creator. I have run 3 different businesses. I have a horse farm that I run all by myself. I mean, I'm a former professional athlete, blah, blah, blah. And she was exhausted. And I learned that through these Priestess circles, and I'm learning still. I'm still, because it's a journey, how to balance the two, how to literally, bring them together, have that. We went through a ceremony in the first circle where we actually had the marriage. It was so powerful. That's what was life-changing for me. Learning now to live in that balance has been for me transformational. in all aspects of my life, my personal life, my professional life, my money life, my physical health life, you know, you name it, that has influenced all those areas of my life.
Wow. Wow. So obviously, I know the answer to this question, but would you recommend that other people join the process, and why?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And the why is, there's a bigger picture, and you know, we're part of this, the new Earth Priestess lineage of Nicole Christie. That's another piece of that I love, because this is a community that reaches across the world. I mean, I sit in circle now with women from around the world, and that to me is just amazing, because I truly believe now that Mother Earth, who is so, I mean, she's our container for this program or this priestess process, is that she's calling us women. Because, you know, who was it? I think it was the Dalai Lama that said women are going to be the ones who change the world. And that calling is so strong right now. But Earth Priestess process, and in particular this lineage of Nicole Christie, there's a container there that has structure, and it has process, and it has content that we're learning. I was looking back at some of my notes over the last year and a half. I have pages and pages in my journal of things I've learned. I mean, the model that is used in the New Earth Priestess, with the 4 directions and the elements, with spirit being at the center. I mean, that can overlay again all aspects of my life. The work that we've done with the chakras. I mean, I've been working with the chakras for 20 years. I've never gone to the depths that we have gone through in this program, in that energetic work, and the connection of that to, you know, even the shamanic astrology you've introduced us to. So, I mean, those are just 3 things right there that are huge. And we began at that level 1 and you know, coming into the first priestess circle, and now we've just accelerated in the high priestess circle. So for me, it's as women, we're being called to these circles. And if anyone's listening to this, that's your call. It's no accident that you're listening to this. That's what I realized. We have to listen to these calls and then come together. This is a community of love and support. I've been in other women's communities where they weren't able to hold that space in that container. And part of that's due to you and your facilitation, your leadership, the way that you have so much humility, Kathy. It just, I don't, you know, I'm not like gushing over you, but I am. Because there's a presence that you reflect, and it's the Nicole Christie New Earth Priestess lineage that you're reflecting back to us, and that's why it's so powerful.
So anything else you'd like to say in closing? I think you pretty much summed it up.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter who you are as a woman right here, right now. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. It doesn't matter the trauma, drama, trials, and tribulations you've had in your life. It doesn't matter where you're from in the world. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter. If you're a woman, you're being called, and we're all being called to come together in sacred circle. And it's time. It's time.
Yeah. Juli, thank you. Thank you for all of your heart that you share and your womb space that you share with all of us. And thank you for being here on this interview today.
You're welcome.